Hello. Let's see, I got that camera in the right spot. That's always the first question. Say hello when you come in. Let me know you're here. Okay, maybe. Y'all can let me know. Looks a little dark down here. Maybe I need to see if I can find a light. Hello, everybody. How is everybody? How was your Monday? For a Monday, mine wasn't too bad. Oh, geez, it's saying I got a slow connection. How's everything, y'all? Can y'all see? Can you hear everything? Hopefully that connection won't cause any issues. Get my volume turned down over here and get this up, or hopefully I can read comments over here better. I was like, oh, I can't hear me. No wonder I turned the volume down. That's crazy how much difference the color is here on my phone as opposed to my tablet. So when y'all come in, let me know you're here. Say hi. I am Debbie with Happy Hill Creations if you happen to be new. Let me know if you can see everything, if the lighting, it looks a little dark here, but I can see it good over here on my tablet. So unless somebody tells me something, I'm going to assume everything's good. And I'm moving, I've got my little bucket of U-pins over here, so I'm moving them a little bit farther away so I don't wind up tipping those things over, and close this blade up so I don't cut off a finger. We don't need none of that going on. All right, I think I'm ready. As soon as somebody says hello, I have gone ahead and prepped just a little bit, and I'm glad I did, because this is the first time I have worked with a piece of glue, little glue string running across there. That's the first time I've worked with, I think I might have actually put one in a swag before, but I've definitely never, oh, Phil, I can't see that. Hey, Maria! I was trying to read my comments on my tablet over here, but actually I think I'm going to be able to see them better on the phone, so maybe I don't need the tablet. But as I started saying, I went ahead and prepped. I got my jewel in my little gold centerpiece. A lot of this stuff, I was just pulling stuff, and hopefully what I pulled is going to go together. A lot of it actually turned out, I got from Jam Designs. Now this base, it actually came from Hobby Lobby. This jewel was in the goodie bag that we got when we went to the retreat last year. So this came from Jam. These beautiful roses that look so stinking real. Those came from Jam Designs. I mean, even the leaves on these things look so real. And I've cut most of the stem off. It came on a really long stem. It even has like little, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's got like little thorns on there. This thing is like for real, for real. Oh, what is that? Hang on just a second. Hang on. I never do this right. That's not what I want. Oh, girl, I've got so many extras it ain't even funny. Let me see what this button is. I never remember. What is that? No, that's not what I want. I never remember how to share my live. Oh, well, we're not going to worry about it. I always forget to ask that when I'm not on live. But I have these beautiful, I don't know what they're called. I had bought, these actually came from TMI. They are David Christopher product. Let's see if it even tells me what this is. It's a rose gold metallic mixed Genco, Genco, I believe is what that says, leaf spray. But I loved that pink, and I don't know if that's showing up as pretty as it is on that camera, but they are a pink and a gold. So I thought, hello. And we've got a little bit of a bead grass. And we have the bead grass. Yes, the bead grass and this greenery actually came from Jam Design. So basically, this little piece here that I got from TMI and the base, as of right now, is the only thing that I did not get at Jam Designs. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now what I did, I had already put my gaps and cracks in here back a while back. I attached my jewel to it, and I'm hoping it feels pretty sturdy, so I'm hoping I did a good job getting that attached. And I have put my, if you can see in there, that's that new fabric moss that actually came from, I got this from Creek Road. I love this stuff. This is the first time I've actually used it. It's so stinking soft and a heck of a lot better, other than it sticks to my rough fingers, than that old moss that dry, the dry moss that gets everywhere. So let me get started. I am going to, let's see if I can kind of keep this where you can see it and I can see what I'm doing. I think what I decided is I'm going to cut this shorter one off and put it right here in the front. And they're just so real. It looks like it's got that little tiny bud back there at the back. These are just so pretty. I don't think I'm going to glue these just yet. Just in case I decide I want to do something completely different, which is possible because I've not made a centerpiece in a vase like this. So, hey y'all, I see some people peeking. Y'all say hi and let me know you're in here so I know who I'm talking to. I think a few people just come in. I'm working on this little gold base. This actually came from Hobby Lobby, the jewel, the rose, and these greeneries came from Jam Designs. And then I have this pretty little pink and gold piece that came from TMI. So we're going to try to put this thing together here and make something pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and pull off these leaves in case I decide to use them somewhere else. It's a tough stem. I think I'm going to have to use my big ones. Hey, Megan. Oh, Riker's there too. Hey, Riker. Hey, Tammy. Ugh, yep, got to get my bigger cutters out for that stem. That's if it'll even fit around it. Did y'all hear that? Alright, we're going to see. Oh, and I think I just messed up what I had planned on doing. But that's okay. I'll just redo and think of something else. Alright, we're going to put that one right there since I chopped off what I intended on doing. Get that bent just a little bit. There's another one of those little... Can y'all see that little thorn? I mean, it literally, I don't think y'all can see it, but it literally looks like a thorn that would rip your finger all to pieces. Can't get a hold of it behind this. There we go. I'm probably going to have to put my glue on there because it's not going to want to. There we go. Got that crunch in there then. How's Riker doing, y'all? This is Megan. She's got a tiny little monkey. Itty bitty. He's like, literally will fit in the palm of your hand. Ooh, that's pretty. I'll lay those leaves there, and I believe I'm going to go with some of my bead grass because my intention is to put that in and kind of drape it over the sides. Y'all have a good Monday. Hey Brenda, I see you're watching. Say hi, come in here. I'm making this pretty centerpiece with this gold vase and pink roses and a pink jewel. Getting ready to add a few pieces of greenery to it. I'm going to try to keep this fairly simple. I realized the other day that I'm pretty much a minimalist. Never had thought about that before, but it's like when I'm making my wreaths and things, it's like when I get to a point that I think it's pretty, I'm ready to stop. Hey Angie! Where a lot of people just keep adding, and which is beautiful. I'm not knocking theirs, but I'm just like, ooh, I like it like this, so I'm going to stop. So my intention is to not put a whole bunch of stuff in here, but we shall see. And this is a little bit of a pusher, but it doesn't have, I'm going to curl this over because my little tip is gone off of that, so y'all know how that goes. I'll be pushing that, and you're late. You're not too awful late. I'm just maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I had kind of gotten started. I went ahead and prepped and got my jewel attached to my vase because this is the first time I've done this, so I wasn't real sure, what I needed to do with it, and I wanted to make sure I got that in there. So all I've done is put the roses in here. Now I'm starting on the greenery. So you're not too late. You haven't missed much. Just missed me jabbering. Y'all have a good Monday. Some days when my Mondays go really good, I'm afraid I have forgot to do something because Mondays in payroll are typically busy. Mondays and Tuesdays, but so when they go kind of easy, I'm like, am I forgetting something? But I was actually got some of my Monday stuff done last Thursday before I took off, so I'm not quite sure how all that worked out, but I did, and I'm glad it did, so. I'm sure you're not going to complain about having a few easy days, y'all. I may, like I said, I'm not gluing these in because I may wind up changing something, but I may wind up putting a steel pick on these because they're not wanting to stick down in there very well. But of course, when I do glue them, do put my hot glue on there, they'll do a lot better. I just got to get these bent down like I want them. I like them kind of being a little, not that much up in the front. I still got to work on them probably piece by piece to get those bent down. Hey Misty, how are you? And Paula, oh, a bunch of you come in here. I missed you. Sitting here working with these little greeneries. I'm making this centerpiece with this gold vase and pink roses and this pink jewel. Y'all can see that okay, right? Everybody have a good day. Thank you, Misty. This is the first time I've worked with the jewel in a centerpiece. So I think this stuff's going to have to be thinned out because it's stiff and it's not wanting to cooperate. But I'm going to do what I need to do right now, and then I can come back and work on that. Can y'all hear my wind chimes? Isn't that pink really pretty? Everything, let's see, like I said, the vase came from Hobby Lobby. The jewel, the roses, this bead grass, and the, and I say that's a bead grass. I just found somebody showed something that she thought was bead grass, and it turned out to be some type of fern. So maybe I need to look this up, because this might be some type of fern instead of bead grass. Can anybody tell by just looking at it? I love wind chimes too, Misty. They're just so peaceful. It was just a tad bit warm in here, but it's cool outside. But instead of cranking this fan up that's so loud, I thought, well, let me crack the window and let some of that good cool wind in here. And plus, I get to hear the wind chimes. There we go. That's a pusher, but that thing sure did not want to go. It said, no thank you, I'm going to stay put right where I'm at. I don't want to push up there with the rest of that. But I got it. I love hearing that crunch of when the greenery or what I used to stick the jewel on. I wound up having to, because I had put gaps and crack in here, but I didn't have it high enough, so I wound up having to use a piece of floral foam to attach the floral foam to the gaps and cracks to raise this up high enough. And then I've used lots of hot glue, and then I used U-pins to stick, also to help stick that floral foam down in the gaps and cracks. I made a lot of things. I like filled a lot of things, I guess I should say, with the gaps and cracks, but I hadn't used a whole lot of it yet. I've got a ton of things I need to just sit down and figure out what am I putting in this. I swear, y'all, I've probably got enough stuff I could work a whole year and not buy any more stuff. I ain't bragging, but I'm glad to have it, because it's all pretty stuff. Lots of really pretty florals. There's one thing I did find, and I've heard other people say, I'm going to leave some of that sticking up here in the back, that the gaps and cracks, and I did find that for myself, it gets some like really hard spots inside of it, and I don't know what causes that, if it's the air bubbles or I don't know what it is, but sometimes, boy, you get some and you've got to get like a thick piece of stem or something and kind of poke down in there to be able to get your greenery in there. Sorry to be making so much noise. This little tabletop, this is my makeshift craft room. I've got a shop out back, but I've for the longest wanted to be able to work in the house, on nights and stuff that the weather's cold or rainy or something, and I don't want to get out. So I'm slowly moving stuff in here, and this is just a makeshift table, and it's just a little glass top. I need to get me a big piece of silicone, because I'm afraid I'm going to wind up dropping my scissors or nippers or something on them and breaking this glass. So far, I was afraid too when I was getting my hot glue on it. I was afraid that that glue wasn't going to come off, but once it dries, it just peels right off of it, so. One more piece back here. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to put some steel picks on these because that these stems on these are not quite long enough for as far as that. There it goes. That foam is down in there. I need to get me one more over here. Alright, there we are with that. And I will work with this a little bit more to pull that down. I do like some of it up, a few little sprigs of it up, but for the most part I want to work with it a little bit more and get that bent down there. Now I'm going to put this, work on putting this greenery in there, and I wrote down what that was. It's a mini spike leaf / flower bush. And I guess they're calling the little white spiky doos the flower. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty, so y'all know we think they're pretty with them. And this is not a pusher. I like the height on it because I want to, probably not going to use a whole lot of these because like I said, I want to keep this fairly simple. Oh, that's pretty in there. Turn it around there where y'all can see it. It's pretty. Oh, let's see, what did I miss? You've used the gaps and cracks. Yeah. For the most part, what I've only used, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 since I've done some of them. And I think I've only had the issue once of it finding a hard spot. I was glad that somebody, I think it might have been probably Lindsay, I think, had warned us and told us sometimes you'll have that. So I'm glad she did, or I thought I was going cuckoo. Yeah, I'm not going to need a whole lot of this because like I said, I want to keep this fairly simple. So this might be a fairly quick glide if I wind up getting it all in here because there's not a whole lot of room to add things. See that peeking up over there? That's cute. I'm liking it. There's a tight squeeze on this other side over here, but I definitely want to get one in there. Maybe I can get it down in there between the side. Like hearing that crunch, that foam, you can tell it's getting down in there and it's going to stay. Tight spot to get it. There we go. There we go. And we got one more, so we're going to put that back in behind there if I can get it down in there. I don't know if I was even off camera, y'all. Sorry. Get to work and trying to get stuff. Well, thank you. Is it Michelle, I guess? Thank you, Angie. I I've got so many things I want to do. I've got centerpiece things, and that's just not something I've really worked with a whole lot, so I kind of just kind of keep putting them off. But the ones I've made, I've really enjoyed making them. Get this up. Cut that one down some. Actually have to thin some of this out in the front to get it to do what I want it to do. As Misty says, know you're the boss. Hey, Kimberly. Every time I try to explain to him and tell him something that I want him to make, he just looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, if you were at work and your boss needed something done, pretend I'm your boss. Or I tell him, okay, pretend this is a race car and you need this motor to go really fast. I need you to think that hard. Because when it's a race car, I mean, they build race cars from the ground up. Put the whole body, put everything together, build the motors. So for crying out loud, surely you can build me some little something for my craft. I think it's a case of that don't want us. All right, y'all, how's that looking on camera? I can't see it that ill. I'll look at it over here on my tablet when it pops up over there. Okay, I like that. I've still got my little pink and gold leaves. I definitely want to get some of that over on this side. I just love those leaves. Love them. I don't know what they're, I tried to read what they're called. Metallic Genco, G-E-N-C-O, leaf spray. This is a David Christopher that I got from TMI. And these are made, actually, let me see if I can pull them apart. Isn't it, Paula? I agree. Thanks, Kimberly. Angie, you know how he is. Wow. Thought I needed a little bit more length. I think that's a great old big one. Get some of these cut off, and then I'll figure out where I need to put them. Misty will laugh. I got ready to do this, and I thought, oh, I gotta get my cup. I didn't have a cup handy, but I had a candle handy, so that's where I'm putting all my price tags. I try to listen and do what you tell me, Misty. Oh, me too. They seem so sweet. You know, they're not that far from TMI, and I didn't know. You know, I saw the great David Christopher ribbons and this and that. To me, in my mind, when I see something like that, I think they're like big New York people or something. Never thought they're like hometown Alabama people. But I don't remember how I wound up ordering some stuff from them, I think right before Christmas. And then that's when I found out they were in Alabama. And they were, found out they weren't very far from TMI. And I was going to go down to TMI for something here a while back, and it might have been just because I was going to just go down there and then swing by David Christopher's too. I was so stinking excited, and then the week before I was going to go was the day they closed their shop down in Alabama. I was so sad. I guess it might be a good thing I didn't know they were there, because I'd have been down there bebopping and spending money in their store too. Get this over here, y'all. I'm going to get this where I can see it, because I got to finagle this thing in the back. These has got some good wires on them for bending them whichever way they need to go. Whenever I figure out what way that is. Don't want to cover up the pretty pink rose back there. I had gotten these when I ordered some Valentine things, and then I wound up not using them. So I think when I was out looking the other day for some projects to bring in here, I saw these, and I happened to think of this jewel, so I had them pulled out. I didn't even know what the heck I was going to do in here tonight until probably 20 minutes before I went live. I mean, I've got boo-koodles of things in here, but, I mean, so why not pick something I've never done before and had no clue what I was doing? I mean, why not do that on live, huh? Guess that's one way to break out of your comfort zone. Just go crazy and do something you don't know how to do. I'm going to have to work on this one, because this one doesn't have any wire in it. It's a little squirrely, so I'm going to have to find me a wire and fix that one. Make sure I'm using the right side. They've got some more of these in these or some other color. I'm getting some more of these because these are nice. Okay, where do I want that? Where do y'all think it? What do you think? Does that need to be there, or is that sticking up way too much? Let me wait till that comes. Y'all tell me your thoughts, and I'll see it when it comes up over here. Gotta start somewhere, ain't that the truth? Oh, yeah, that's way too big right there. Let me push it down a little bit. What about behind that rose? Does that take away too much from the rose? Y'all let me know from your point of view, but y'all know how it is. Mine's not coming up over here on my tablet. Facebook's so slow. The height's good right there. Just don't want to take away from that rose. I think maybe I'll go catty corner, kind of right there at the edge of the rose and the jewel. I can always move it or rip it out. All right, y'all, believe it or not, I believe, turn that around so y'all can see it, and then I'll pop it up here on my I think I've got an avalanche happening over here. Something's moving, and I don't know why. Snipper. Oh, battery operated snipper. Some of those stems, you need some of those big thick ones. Lindsay's got some that she calls Big Bertha, and they're like, gosh, they're this long. What do y'all think? We good? I mean, that was super quick. I mean, I've got a few other things that I brought in case I need it, but like I said, I want to stay simple. I want those roses to really pop, and of course that jewel, and I think that jewel for sure is doing its thing. Maybe I want to bend that rose just a little to the front. Do y'all think I need any of these rose leaves? And should I do pink or should I do green? That may be something I play with because I tend to have to, thank you, Misty. Thanks, Kimberly. Yes to the rose leaves. But yeah, that's something, that's one of those things. I get everything so far and then it's like, okay, let me play with this. I think I kind of do like the pink rose leaves. Okay, well, y'all, this is a short one. I don't feel like I've been on here very long at all. But I think instead of sitting here playing with it like I do, pull this out and pull that out, and before I make up my mind, I think, thank you, Tammy. Thanks, Michelle. But I think I'm overall I'm happy with it. I still got to work on these down here in the front because they're still acting a little crazy. But I think once I get my steel pick where they'll, you know, it makes it a little bit longer. Good to see you too, Misty. I'll see you again tomorrow night. But yeah, I think once I get my steel pick on these where they'll go down in that foam a little bit and then they'll stick out where I can actually bend them and make them do what I want. But like I said, I do want a few of them to kind of come up and be crazy. It was very quick, wasn't it? And I put stuff like that off for so long and all of it does come together really quick like. And I think too, sitting here jibber jabbering and running my mouth, that made it that made it seem like it was a little bit quicker. But anyway, I think that was a quick one, but I thank y'all for popping in, and I am going to call it quits right now instead of just fiddling, because a lot of times I'll mess something up instead of leaving it as it is. But I may move a thing or two and may add some of those rose leaves, but I will post it as soon as I get done, and thank y'all again for popping in and watching. And I am planning on doing this every Monday night at 6:30. That's going to, for now, be my, hey Teresa, thanks for coming in. I said this was a quick live. I was actually finishing up. This went very fast. But again, I'm going to start this. It's going to be my schedule every Monday night at 6:30 as long as it works out pretty well. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try to do an early Saturday morning, but I'm going to kind of play with that one right now. But for now, y'all put me in your calendar. If you're like me, you have to set a reminder for everybody's lives because I will sure forget them, and I don't like missing people's lives if I can help it. So anyway, thank y'all again, and y'all have a good evening, and I'll see y'all pearls tomorrow night. Bye. Bye, Angie. Thank you.